My name is Kirsten Anderson, better known as KB in the beauty industry, and I'm the creative director and a hairstylist here at Industry Salon and 501 Salon in the Northern Kentucky area. I never anticipated becoming a hairdresser. It was never something that I thought about for my future. And so fast forward to high school, I got involved with theater a lot, and they had amazing costumes and amazing set pieces and beautiful props, and no one ever wanted to do hair. And so I remember one production, I just was like, somebody needs to step up. So I'll watch some YouTube videos, I'll figure it out, it'll be fine. That's when I kind of fell in love with the transforming moments that you have when you see what the effect of like makeup and hair does for someone. I was also a pretty big athlete, and so I thought like, oh, I'm gonna go to physical therapy school. And I wanted to pay my own way through it, and so I kind of thought about, oh, well, I could go to cosmetology school. It would be a fun side gig for me to like make a little bit more money to get a real career. Not ever really knowing that that the beauty industry was going to be the best career. And I remember the day, it was at the end of 2016 when I walked into the Aveda Fredericks Institute. I took a tour kind of on a whim just to see what it was about. And I remember walking in and this just like wall of fragrance hit me, and seeing these beautiful images up on the wall. And I remember in that moment, I was like, man, I have to be here. I had no idea really what it was about or what I was getting myself into. But by the time we got to the interview portion, I was like, when is the next class starting? And so I started 6 weeks later at the Aveda Fredericks Institute, and it was the best decision of my life. On my first day, I cried in the bathroom because I just knew that I was in the right place and doing the right thing. And it was then I made a commitment to myself that I was just going to always say yes to every opportunity and to everything I could get my hands on in this industry, because I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know what was out there, but I knew that if I said yes, then I could accomplish anything. It was probably about 3 months into school, a random person had approached me about like, hey, I've heard you do makeup and hair. Can you do makeup and hair for a photo shoot? And I was like, well, sure. Yeah, this is great. And so it was really interesting. It was for an athletic wear company, and it was this very like lioness, warrior woman type hair and makeup that I'd never done before. But it was so fun, and to also be then compensated for something that was such a creative outlet and so exciting for me that was really a turning point when I knew that there's something beyond just being a hairdresser or a salon owner. I think walking into the industry, we always kind of think those are the only two options, but there are so many more options. Fast forward to the end of my time at the Aveda Fredericks Institute. It was about a month before I graduated. They kind of brought up this program called Beacon through the Professional Beauty Association. And I had no idea what it was, but they basically told me to compile my work in a resume and a letter of recommendation and submit it. And if you won, you could go to Las Vegas for an educational experience. I kind of just jumped in with 2 feet and said, sure, I'll try it. It'll be fun. And so then I ended up winning the competition, which was such a highlight in my career, and went to Las Vegas, and my eyes were totally open to this whole new world. There, I met incredible educators and amazing industry leaders, and I got to attend the North American Hairstyling Awards, which is basically the Oscars of the beauty industry. I literally ran into a woman in the hallway of this conference center. We were both walking opposite directions. It was super embarrassing, but she said, hey, are you one of the Beacon students? And I just said yes. And she said, let's walk and talk. We walked and talked for 5 minutes through a casino. And she then invited me to coffee the next morning. She owned a salon in Chicago, and I'd always wanted to move to Chicago. And so at coffee in a casino in Las Vegas during a conference is when I decided that I was going to move to Chicago. Being in that Midwest area, I was able to travel a lot, and that's when I started really focusing on doing a really good styling. And I did a runway show for Anthropologie and got to travel to LA and Palm Springs and to do just photo shoots. And it was really fun to start collaborating with creatives that are outside of the beauty industry and coming together and collaborating on these beautiful images for the sake of art and for the sake of transforming our world through beauty. After about a year at that salon, I knew that I wanted to kind of recalibrate my path, and being just a hairstylist behind the chair just wasn't good enough for me anymore. I needed to have something that I could really express my creativity beyond the salon. That's when I kind of was looking for something more in the creative director role. I'd done a lot of shoots. I produced a lot of shoots myself and collaborated with a lot of other creatives. And so I decided, leap of faith, to leave the job that I had in Chicago and come back home to Ohio. And I was going to take 2 months and I was going to figure out what city I was going to move to. A few weeks after being back in Ohio, this woman named Kate emailed me and said, "Hey, are you in Ohio?" She was a woman that I had talked to previously and collaborated with on some things right after school. And she asked if I would come into the salon just to chat and see what was going on in each other's lives and catch up. And it was then when she was like, "We would like to add a creative director to our team, and I think that you would be the perfect fit." In my role now, I get to mentor people, and I get to put together shoots and produce photo shoots and inspire our team. And that's been such an amazing part of my journey. The beauty industry has really taught me the value of confidence. And my mission in life is to empower the world with confidence through beauty and wellness. And I think that that is what the beauty industry has given me, is confidence in a place that I belong. And I want to hand that back to my guests, my collaborators, my other creatives, and the future hairdressers that I get to work with. Now more than ever, we can define what beauty looks like in our own world and in our own space. And you can decide what you want your future to look like. And the beauty industry is this amazing playground of all of the things you could ever want, from learning confidence to building your own business, to being a product development coach, to working directly with incredible companies such as Aveda. Every opportunity is out there and is ready for you if you're willing to say yes. So always say yes to the opportunities that are set before you, because they're there for a reason.